My screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the last class, we have seen the Boolean algebra, and we have seen various laws as well as theorem, how to reduce the any given expression into a minimum form. Why we want to reduce? Because we want to reach to a solution where we require less time to execute, less hardware to execute, so on and so forth, right? So we want to represent any function into the using least variable and minimum amount of time it should require. So therefore, we have tried to reduce the equations or functions, and for that we have used and we have seen Boolean algebra. Right now, we will move forward from that, and we will build our concept on that concept only, that we want to reduce any function. That is our concept, right, or our target. So there are other methods as well. Suppose till now we have seen Boolean algebra. If you can recall, it might be of 2 variables or maximum of 4 variables, 3 variables, or at max 4 variables, right? But there might be functions which will be more than this 4 variables. It can be 5 variables, 6 variables, right? There can be many variables or multi variables, right? Please mute yourself if you have not muted. I can hear some noise in the background. Now, in order to reduce this Boolean function of multivariable more efficiently, and so other techniques we will look into it, how we can reduce some functions given the logic. Okay. So next we will be seeing as Boolean functions and their representation. My voice is audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Boolean functions and their representation. So first type of representation is in form of sum of product. It is also called as SOP in short form, that is sum of product. Right. So this form is also called as disjunctive normal form, that is DJN. For example, if we are having a function of 3 variables, that is a, b, c, let us say that we are having a function that is a bar b. This is just a random example, plus b bar c. Let us suppose we are having this as a function. So here you can see we are having sum in between of product of the variables, right? So these two variables are having a product sign, and we are ultimately we are summing them. So therefore it is called as sum of product. First we are having sum here, and then it is the sum is sum of product. Product means product of the variables, right? The sum of product. Similarly, you can write, for example, ABC. I'm just giving you an example, like ABC plus BC plus C plus AB bar, like this, right? So this form of representation, if any equations or any functions is given in this form, so this can be represented, or this can be called as sum of product, that is SOP. What can be vice versa of this? Product of sum. Vice versa of sum of product can be product of sum. Sum means sum of variables, and ultimately you have to product it. So we will see it is called as POS, product of sum. So it is also called as conjunctive normal form, alternative name, conjunctive normal form, that is C and F. And how we can represent, for example, function of ABC in product of sum form can be represented by, we are having a product of sum. So you can see we are having a product and you can sum the variable like A bar plus B bar, B plus C, like this. If you want to represent this in product of sum form, not exactly this, but this function kind of. So next example, you can take ABC. You can see we are having some first product, so you can write A bar plus B, product of B bar plus C. So you can see first we are having a product. So you can see we are having a product and sum of the variables. So sum of the variables. So these are the sum of variables, right? So there are two forms: sum of products and product of sum. This we will use to represent any functions, right? So this is a form. So now we will look into that each one individually. So first we will look into the sum of product, and more specifically standard sum of product. You can call it as SOP, standard sum of product, right? Any equations can be made into a standard form, right? Standard form, you can make it by yourself. So we will see. So this product, this standard sum of product is used where functions gives the value as 1. Whenever your function is giving the value as 1, you can see if this is a function of many variables. So for some values of ABC, it should give 1, right? For some combination of ABC, suppose there are three variables, so total there will be 8 combinations of ABC can be present, right? For some variables, it will give the value as 1. So sum of product is called as that way of representation for which we represent function is giving value equal to 1. Okay, for some combinations, it will give value is equal to 1. So we will see this. So standard means in this form, each product term contains all variables in complemented or uncomplemented form. So here you see the definition. In this form, each product term of variables contains all the variables in complemented. Complemented means it can have a bar on top of variable, or uncomplemented. You know, it is just opposite of complemented form. So for example, how we can write standard sum of product. Let us say we are taking an example. So f of ABC is equal to A bar B plus B bar C. So just see here how many variables are there in the functions. Total there are 3 variables, right? But here if you see the product term, it is only having 2 variables. Again, in this term, this is only having 2 variables. So you can see what is standard sum of product. You can see the definition. In this form, each product term means this is each product term. Each product term must contain all the variables. Right now, how many variables are there in each product term? Only 2 variables. Whereas in total, we are having 3 variables, correct? So right now it is not in standard sum of product form. So we have to convert it into a standard sum of products form. So what we can do, so that is A bar B, we can multiply C plus C bar. C plus C bar, if you multiply it by C plus C bar, its value is equal to 1. So it will not make any changes, correct? Similarly, B bar C, you can multiply A plus A bar, right? Whatever the missing element or missing term is there, you have to multiply it, right? Now you can open the bracket. This can be written as A bar B C plus A bar B C bar plus B bar C A plus B bar C A bar. You can rearrange it. So this will be A bar B C plus A bar B C bar plus A B bar C plus A bar B bar C. Right? Now you can see this function, that is ABC, where it was in reduced form, it can be represented as it was represented as A bar B plus B bar C. But in standard sum of product form, how we have represented it? Each product term is containing all the variables. So you can see there are 3 variables, 3 variables, 3 variables, 3 variables, and total we are having 3 variables only. So this can be, you can say that this is in standard sum of product form. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is standard sum of product. Now there is one term which is called as min term. Min term, right? There is one term which is called as min term. What is the min term? So a product term which contains all variables, of functions in either complemented or uncomplemented form, right? So you can see what is a min term? A product term in which contains all the variables function in complemented or uncomplemented form. So a functions, you can see if you take again this as an example. So this is a function. So this is a function of 3 variables, and each term is containing 3 variables. So if this is in standard sum of product form, then each product term, you can call it as a min term. Each product term you can call it as a min term, right? So if there are 3 variables, so how many combinations of these variables can be possible? Total 8 combination can be possible. That is 2 to the power 3, right? So total there will be 8 min terms, 8 different min terms, right? Now we will see. Min term is clear. So product term which contains all the variables of functions in either complemented or uncomplemented form. So this is standard sum of product form. And each term is each product term is called as min term. Now we will make a table. So min terms. This is used to represent sum of product form. So let us start with 2 variables, that is AB, and you can represent a function of AB as well. And here you can write min term, right? So A and B can have values 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, right? Function AB can be called as in sum of product form, that is SOP form. You can see A is equal to 0 and B is equal to also 0. So ultimately it has to get product, right? So we can write A bar dot B bar. Similarly here you can write A bar dot B. Here you can write A dot B bar. Here you can write A dot B. In sum of product form, A represents 1 and A bar represents 0, for example, right? Similarly, B bar can also represent 0, C bar can also represent 0 in sum of product form. So this can be called as min term 0. This can be called as min term 1, min term 2, and min term 3, right? So this is 2 variable min term. Similarly, we can have 3 variable min term, that is A, B, C, function A, B, C. Then we are having min term. You can fill this table, that is 0, 0, 0. For 0, 0, 0 case, what will be the min term? A bar, B bar, C bar, and this min term you can call it as M0. 0, 0, 1. This min term is A bar, B bar, C. You can call it as M1. 0, 1, 0. This is A bar, B, C bar. Is it okay how I am writing the function part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is 0, 1, 1. You can write it A bar, B, C. Let me know if I make any mistake, okay? This is M3. Similarly, you can have rest of the combination, that is 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1, 1. Right? So this can be written as A, B bar, C bar, A, B bar, C, A, B, C bar, and this is A, B, C. So this can be M4, M5, M6, M7. Now you can represent any of the functions in min term. So let us say again take one function, that is F is equal to 2 variables or 3 variables. So this is A bar B plus B bar C. Let us suppose we are having this as a function, right? For this is you want to calculate what are the minterms. You want to know what are the minterms of this function. So how you can calculate minterms? First, you have to convert it into a standard sum of product form. Right now, it is only in sum of product form, but you have to convert it into standard sum of product form. What is standard sum of product form? Where each term should contain all the variables. So right now you can see how many variables are there in the inputs, or how many variables are there? 3 variables. But here you are having only 2 variables in both the term, right? So you need to convert this into a 3 variable. That is, so you have to multiply a bar b plus c bar plus b bar b c a plus a bar. So you can simplify this. So this will be a bar b c bar plus a bar b c plus a b bar c plus a bar b bar c. Right now you can see in the table, just for starting point, if you solve 3 or 4 problems, then it will be intuitively it will come. But just for the sake, just see on the table right now. So this is a bar b c bar. So just see a bar b c bar. So this is the term a bar b c bar. So it is equal to min term 2 a bar b c bar. So you can write m2 plus, correct, a bar bc. A bar bc is, this is a bar bc. So this can be m3 plus a b bar c. A b bar c. This is a b bar c. So this is m5. This is min term 5 plus a bar b bar c. A bar b bar c. This is m1. So this can be written as, if you rearrange it, so m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus m5. So these are the minterms of the functions which we have started, right? Or you can also represent it in this form, that is a b c. You can see we are having a summation. So for summation, you know how you can write summation. This is the form of summation. Small m represent, it is a minterm in bracket 1, 2, 3, 5. So this is how you can also represent this function in sum of product form, right? So you can see this summation represents sum of product of sum of product form. This small m represents minterm, and these all are our minterms of the functions. That is 1, 2, 3, 5. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yes.
सर ये नेसेसरी नहीं है कि मिड टर्म में एक टर्म ही होना चाहिए.
Can you please repeat?
सर ये नेसेसरी नहीं है क्या मिड टर्म में मतलब एक टर्म ही होना चाहिए, उससे कम हो सकता है, जैसे कि इसमें मिड टर्म में सर
ये बोल रहे तुम 8 टर्म, ये वाले 8 टर्म्स, these are 8 terms?
Yes sir.
No, these are the functions which are made from 3 variables. A function can be anything, right? Out of those 3 variables. So this is our function. So we want to represent this function in form of minterms, right? So it is not like that it should contain all the 8 minterms, right? It can contain only one minterm, that is m0. That means only for this combination your function is giving value as 1. What does it mean? What does it signify? If I'm writing minterm, if this function is minterm 1, 2, 3, 5, so that means at this our function is giving value as 1. This is our function, right? This is our function. This at this minterm, that is 1, 2, 3, 5, our function's value is 1. Rest for all the cases, our value is 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So for this value is 1, for this value is 1, for this value is 1, for this value is 1. Rest for all the cases, our value is 0 for the given function. This is what it signifies. Earlier, what you used to do, you used to build a truth table, right? For certain values, in Boolean algebra, we have seen for certain functions, you need to build a truth table, and from that you come to know that how for which values of variables our function is 1. Right now, if I directly give you minterms, then you know if it is 3 variables and I give you m2 and m4. Let us suppose I'm giving you m2 and m4, then you if I say that this function is containing the minterm m2 and m4, and it is 3 variable. Then you directly come to know that for m2 and m4 only the value of function will be 1. So you can build up that function. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will see some more examples, then it will be more clear. So let us say we are having a function of 2 variables, that is a and b, and it is represented by minterm 1, 2, and 3. Right? So you want to write this function in form of variables. Right now it is in form of minterms. So you want to write this function in form of variables, right? How we can proceed? If you want, you can build directly a truth table, that is a, b, and you are having a function of a, b, and then you are having a minterm. If you solve some problem, then you will not require to build this table again and again. But just for starting point, I'm giving it again: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So this will be a bar, b bar, a bar, b, a, b bar, and this is a, b. So this is m0, m1, m2, and m3. So just see what are the minterms we are having in the problem, but it's 1, 2, and 3. So this function ABC is having the minterm, summation of minterms 1, 2, and 3. So this can be represented by what is m1, this is m1, m2, and m3. So these are addition. So a bar b plus a b bar plus a b, right? We are having 3 minterms. Now you can further reduce this. If this is a bar b, you can take a common, so this will be b bar plus b. This can be further written as a bar b plus a. So this is this form of function we have seen in algebra, Boolean algebra, that is a plus a bar b can be written as a plus a bar a plus b, right? So you can use that formula, that is a plus a bar into a plus b. So a plus a bar.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, why did not we include m0?
Because it is not provided in the function, right? You can see what are the minterms we are having, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So finally, what is the answer we are getting? That is a plus b. So this is the function of ABC in reduced form. In reduced form, using Boolean algebra, we have calculated this. From minterm, we have calculated the function in form of variables. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will take one more example. That is function of AB is given as summation of minterms of 0, 1, and 2. So what is 0? Again, you have to look into the table, right? 0 is a bar b bar. This can be represented by a bar b bar plus what is 1? You can see 1. 1 is a bar b. A b bar. Right? So these are the 3 functions, 3 terms we are having. So now you can expand this again. You can take a bar common. So this will be equal to b bar plus b plus a b bar. So this will be equal to 1. So a bar plus a b bar. You can again use the formula a bar plus a bar plus b bar. A bar plus a will be 1. So finally we are having a bar plus b bar. So using this minterm, we have reached by using Boolean function this function, that is a bar plus b bar. Right? So now we will see the third term, that is 3 variable, that is function of ABC.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what did you do in the second last step? Means, did you add a
Where?
Sir, after a bar plus a b bar.
So from here I have used the you can say theorem of Boolean algebra we have seen in our previous class, where a function that is a plus a bar b can be represented by a plus a bar into a plus b. Have you not seen this formula in our last class?
So actually I was not present. So I will review the video later.
Okay, you can leave. Anyone else is also having the problem in this?
No, sir.
We have seen this, right? We have seen it or not? You just tell me now.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
we have seen this in Boolean algebra. Those of you who are not present, you can see my recording, or you can also refer to the book, right? So this is the formula. You can also build a truth table and prove this. That is, a plus a bar can be equal to this term. You can build a truth table and you can prove it, right? But we have seen this, so I will not discuss. So let us move forward. So this is summation of minterms of 1, 2, 4, and 7. Now you have to represent this. What you can do, you can build a table, but now I will not build a table. So you can see A, B, and C are our variables, where A represents your most significant bit and C represents your least significant bit, because it is arranged in this format only. So leftmost will represent most significant bit, rightmost will represent least significant bit. So this is M1. So how we can write M1 in A? If it is a 3 variable, that is A bar, B bar, C, right? This would be M1 plus 2, that is, it can be represented A bar, B, C bar, right? Plus 4, that is A, B bar, C bar, plus 7, A, B, C. How I come to know that this can be this? So you can see 1 in decimal can be represented by 0, 0, 1. 2 can be represented by 0, 1, 0. 4 can be represented by 1, 0, 0. 7 can be represented by 1, 1, 1. So this is A, B, and C, right? So A right now is 0, so you can write A bar, B bar, C. This is A bar, B, C bar is equal to A, B bar, C bar. This will be A, B, C. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I think this is already in reduced form. You cannot reduce it further. So I am leaving it at this point only. Okay. Now, next problem. We are having a function of A, B, C, D. So there are 4 variables. Please mute yourself. We are having 4 variables. So this is A, C bar plus B, D, right? Now for this function, we have to calculate minterms. So this is already in reduced form. You can see this is already in reduced form, and right now it is not in standard sum of product form. How many variables we are having? 4 variables, but each term is containing only 2 variables, right? So this is not in standard sum of product form. So first we have to convert it into a standard sum of product form to calculate the minterm. So this can be represented A, C bar. You can multiply B plus B bar. And what is the missing term? D plus D bar. Plus BD. What is the missing term? A plus A bar. And C plus C bar. Are you getting this? What I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you can open the bracket, that is A, B, C bar plus A, B bar, C bar multiplied by D plus D bar plus A, B, D plus A bar, B, D into C plus C bar, right? So this can be further, you can open the bracket again. So A, B, C bar, D plus A, B, C bar, D bar plus A bar, plus A, B bar, C bar, D plus A, B bar, C bar, D bar plus, now I am opening the bracket for this. So this can be represented by A, B, C, D plus A, B, C bar, D plus A bar, B, C, D plus A bar, B, C bar, D. Is it okay? So this can be represented by 1, 1, 0, 1, and this term is 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is how much in decimal? Tell me. So this you can see, you can now convert this all in decimal. So this can be represented by 5. This can be represented by 7. This is 15. This is, I think, 9. Right? This is 8. And so both of these are equal. You can see both of these are equal. That is 1, 0, 0, 1. So so I think this is 12. Let me know if I'm wrong. So this is 12. This is 13, right? So, and this is again 13. So this is 13 min term is redundant. You can see. So we will only count 13 as one only. So this you can write it as min term of 5 plus min term of 7 plus min term of 8 plus min term of 9 plus min term of 12 plus min term of 13 plus min term of 15, right? And you can write again summation of small min term 5, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, and 15. This is a function of 4 variables, that is A, B, C, D. So if you want to make a truth table, you can make a truth table, and you can see for these values of min term, the function of this will give you 1 output. Later on, you can do that, right? You can build a truth table for this function. What is the function? AC bar plus BD, and you can see for which values of min term it is giving value 1. So you will come to know that for these min terms, the function will give value as 1. Is it okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, why do we need to write the function in min term form?
Because this will be used in further what we study as some techniques to reduce the functions or the expressions. Right now, what are the techniques that we are using? That the technique is called Boolean algebra, where we need to have certain theorems and in certain forms, and we can reduce the variables, right? Or any functions. But in coming classes, we will see some more techniques which will require the knowledge of this min terms, that is sum of product or product of some form. And from that, we will see a technique which is called as K-map. In that K-map, we will be needing the values of min terms to fill up our K-map. If you are able to fill up the values of min term in K-map accurately, then in 1 or 2 steps, you will be reducing the Boolean algebra, or you will be reducing the functions. Here you can see we are having many steps in reducing the functions, right? If there are only 2 variables, you might reduce the functions. If there are 3 variables, you can still try. But if the variables are 4, 5, 6, 7, right, then it will become hectic for you, right, to apply certain theorems and to reduce this expression. So for all these higher variable terms, that is starting from 2 to 5, the technique is called as, we will be seeing as K-map. By putting the values of min terms in K-map, we can directly reduce our functions into the minimum form, right? So this is why we require to calculate min terms. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will see. So this min term we will be using for reducing the functions. Now we will see next. That is product of sum form. Product of sum. That is POS. It is the combination for which functions gives 0 value. Like sum of product was the combination for which the function gives 1 value. Similarly, this product of sum is vice versa, or you can say opposite of sum of product form. We will build a table or a logic for which the function gives the 0 value, right? Here, uncomplemented form, uncomplemented is represented by 0. That is, if you are having A, B, and C, this will represent 0 value. Earlier in sum of product, A, B, C was represented as 1 value, and complemented function or complemented term represents 1 value. That is A bar, B bar, and C bar. Let us suppose, right? If you are having a complemented term, that is a bar, in product of sum, it will represent one value. If you are having b, it will represent 0 value, right? And like there in sum of product, we are having min terms. In this, we are having max term. So what is max term? A sum term contains all variables of function. Again, there in sum of product, we are having product term. You can see we are having here sum term, because in sum of product we are doing the product of the terms, but here in product of sum we are doing sum of terms. It should contains all the variables of the function. So for example, if you are having two variables, that is a and b are two variables, and it can have again values as 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 and let us say the function can be represented by ab. Now we are representing in product of sum form. You can see we are having product of sum form. So, and here you can see complemented is represented by 1 and b uncomplemented is represented by 0. So right now it is 0 0. 0 means uncomplemented form. So this can be represented by a plus b. By sum, because we are right now seeing sum of product, right? You can see a is 0 and b is 1. So you can rewrite a plus b bar. A is 1, b is 0. So this is a bar plus b. A is 1, b is 1. So a bar plus b bar. And max term, like we were having min term. So here max term can be represented by capital M 0, capital M1, capital M2, capital M3. Right? Is there any doubt? It is just opposite of the sum of product term. So three variables we will see, that is a, b, c, function of a, b, c, and we are having max term. So 0 0 0 in product of sum form, how we can represent? 0 represent uncomplemented form, that can be represented by a plus b plus c. This is max term 0 0 0 1 a plus b plus c bar. By c bar, because we are having value as 1. This can be represented by max term 1 0 1 0. Sorry for this. So 0 1 0. So this can be represented by a plus b bar plus c. This is max term number 2 0 1 1 a plus b bar plus c bar. Max term number 3. So similarly 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. So this can be represented by a bar plus b plus c, a bar plus b plus c bar, a bar plus b bar plus c, a bar plus b bar plus c bar. This is max term number 4, max term number 5, max term number 6, max term number 7. Is it okay?
Sir, why we are putting the bar over the variable that is 1 and not 0, like in the earlier case?
Because this is opposite of that sum of product form, and here its value function of we are making we are making the expression for this expression, that is for such combinations of variables for which our function will give you 0 value. Earlier in sum of product form, we have made the expression for which the function will be giving the value of 1. So here we are it is just the opposite form of sum of product, you can say. So here in sum of product, we are selecting where function is value 1, and we are selecting a is equal to normal form, that is a is equal to 1 and a bar is equal to 0. But if you want to take product of sum form, that will be just opposite of sum of product. So this we will make the table for function is equal to 0, a is equal to 0 and a bar is equal to 1. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now we will see some example problems of this product of sum form. That is, if you are having two variables, a bar plus b bar, in product of sum form, you can see a plus b. This is product of sum form, right? You will get used to it when you solve some problems by yourself. Just by seeing it might get little tricky, right? because you can see there is product and we are having a sum of the variables, right? Product of sum form. In product of sum form, now what do you want to do? You want to reduce, sorry, here we are having 3 variables. So similar to that, standard sum of product, here we are also having standard product of sum form. So right now, how many variables you can see we are having at the function? We are having 3 variables. But here, how many variables are there? Only 2 variables. So what you need? You need to add one more variable, that is a bar b bar plus, let me add c into c bar. C into c bar, you can see if I add, this will give you 0 value, right? Because c into c bar will be 0 dot a plus b plus c into c bar here as well, right? And if you open the bracket and if you solve it, so this will be, you will be having a bar plus b bar plus c, a bar plus b bar plus c bar dot a plus b plus c, a plus b plus c bar. So you can see we have represented the function, that is a bar plus b bar into a plus b in standard product of sum form, right? And if you want to calculate the max term, you can calculate the max term as well. So here you can see a bar is represented by 1 1 0. This is 1 1 1 0 0 0. This is 0 0 1, right? So this is represented by max term of 6 dot max term of 7 dot max term of 0 and max term of 1. So you can write this as in product of sum form. This is the sign of product form, that is pi, and max term can be represented by capital M, as I told you. And how many max term we are having? 0 1 6 7. So this is a form of representation of function of ABC, right? We have represented the function in max term form because it was given in product of sum form. Okay, we will see some more example. So this function of AB is having pi m03. Now you know that pi represent product of product, that there is a product happening, and capital M represent this is the max term, right? So we are having the value 0 and 3. So how you can write in variable form? So this can be written as 0. 0 means it is 2 variables, so it can be written as 0 0, and 3 means 1 1. So 0 is represented by A and B, and this 3 is represented in form of A bar B bar. So just see A plus B multiplied by A bar plus B bar, right? If you want to reduce it, right now you can open the bracket. So A into A bar plus A into B bar plus A bar into B plus B into B bar. So A into A bar and B into B bar is equal to 0. AB bar A bar B. So this is AB bar plus A bar B. So this is what? This is XOR. So this is A XOR with B. So we have represented this function from max term and we have written as it as A XOR B. Next problem, we are having again variable AB pi max term of 0 1 and 2. Again we are having 2 variables. So this is 0 0, 1 can be represented by 0 1, 2 can be represented by 1 0. So this is A plus B, this is A plus B bar, this is A bar plus B. This can be represented by 0 is A plus B multiplied by A plus B bar multiplied by A plus B. If you want to solve already, so all your AB. Open the bracket to equal to A. We will move forward. Next problem. F of A plus B, F of AB, the 2 variables, product of sum form, max term of 1 and 3. So 2 variables are there. So this is 0 0. 1 can be represented by 0 1. 3 can be represented by 1 1. So 0 1 can be represented by A plus B bar, A bar plus B bar. Are you getting this? What I am doing? A plus B bar, A bar plus B bar. you can open the bracket and solution you will reach it as b bar. You can solve it. Are you getting this? How I'm writing max term?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just make sure that when it is in product of sum form, the function we will be making for which the function will give 0 value, and complemented form, uncomplemented form, the value will be 0, and complemented form, the value will be 1. This is opposite of sum of product form, right? In sum, this is POS form, that is product of sum form, and sum of product will be function will be giving value 1, a will be equal to 1, and a bar will be equal to 0. This is we can write it as sum of product form. As there are two forms, product of sum and sum of product. Both we will be using in reducing the expression while we will be seeing K-map, right? Next problem, that is function of ABC. We are having A plus C bar. Here you have to find out what are the max term, involved here, right? So you can see right now it is in product of sum form, right? You can see you can convert it into product of sum form. So which term is missing? That is B into B bar. So you can write A plus C bar plus B into B bar. You can add it by yourself, because B into B bar will give you 0 value. Now you can if you include it in bracket, that is A B C bar into A plus B bar plus C bar. You can write this expression in this form, right? Where you can add this each term in this variable. That is, you can see A and C B. I am writing A and C bar, and I am adding B and B bar, and I am taking the product of it, right? So this can be represented by 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So this is max term number 1, and
Sir,
this is
C bar 1.
sorry.
Sir, 0, 1, 1 last.
0, 1. C bar. Yes, correct. C bar. So this is 1. This is first max term first and max term 3. So this function, that is ABC, can be represented by pi max term of 1 and 3. So you can find out the max term from giving functions from given function, or you can also find the functions from given max term, right? We have seen both of them, right? Now let us see one more problem.
Sir, in the previous example, how did you come to the third step from the second one?
See, here I have what I have done. I have added B into B bar, because this was the missing variable, B into B bar. Okay. So B into B bar was our missing variable. Then we have seen that we are having 3 variables, and here only 2 variables are there. So we have added 3 variables. Now you have to expand this, because you want to get standard product of sum form. Right now it is not in standard product of sum form. So what we can do, we can take each term and we can add in this term, and we can take a product of both. If you open the bracket here, you will ultimately get this term. So for now, I'm telling you a trick. If you are having a multiplication term, you can add each term, that is B, you can see here, and B bar here, and you can take a product of it. If you open the bracket, you will reach this step. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you see, we are having B and B bar are missing term, right? So we want to add B and B bar both in one term, because then only we can get standard POS form. Then only we can calculate max term. If you open the bracket, we will again get back to this step, that is A plus C bar plus B into B bar. Okay, you can solve it later on. Let us now move forward. Now I am telling you, I have told you that max term. So let me write one more problem.
Sir, time.
Sorry.
Sir, time.
Time. Okay. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. I will complete this. I will give you an introduction of Karnaugh map. Karnaugh map. This is what we can call it in short form, K-map. So what is K-map? A Karnaugh map. So we represent truth table. We can represent truth table in compact form using Karnaugh map. The rows and columns are assigned a binary code called, or rows and columns are assigned in gray code or binary code. Gray code we have already seen, we will see it again, such that two adjacent row or column differ 1 bit only. So what is Karnaugh map? We can represent truth table. Right, till this point we have made a truth table. If it is a 3 variable truth table, we have made a truth table containing 3 columns as 3 variables and one column as a function, right? And how many combinations of 3 variables can be possible? 8 combinations. So for that we have made a truth table. Now in Karnaugh map, what is Karnaugh map? We can represent truth table in compact form, in tabular form, where we are having rows and column again, and it is assigned in a binary code called as gray code, such that two adjacent bit, if this is 1 bit, adjacent of this can be this bit or this bit, right? If you're talking about row way, if you're talking about column way, if this is our bit, two adjacent bit can be this bit or this bit, right? So this is what does it means by adjacent bit, right? In rows and columns, such that two adjacent rows and columns differ only in 1 bit only. Okay. What is gray code? We have seen gray code. So this K-map is arranged in a format of gray code. So gray code is, that is GN. If you are having GN, if you are having binary code, that is MSB, that is most significant bit, will be equal to your most significant bit of binary can be equal to binary code, can be equal to gray code, that is BN is equal to GN. That is second last, that is GN minus 1 can be represented by BN XOR with BN minus 1, right? GN minus 2 can be represented by BN minus 1 XOR with BN minus 2. So these are the way how we have calculated the gray code from binary code, right? So one more definition of K-map. K-map is extremely useful and extensively used in minimizing functions of 3 variable, 4 variable, 5 or 6 variables, right? So why we are using K-map? Because K-map is extremely useful and extensively used in minimizing functions of 3 variable, 4 variable, 5 variable. You can also do this reduction, or you can also reduce this by using Boolean algebra that we have already seen, but that is quite a lengthy process and it will require some amount of effort. But using K-map, you can solve in either 1 or 2 steps. We will see this in our coming classes. What is K-map? Just for now, we will stop here. So we have seen standard sum of product and product of sum form. I recommend you to visit those again, and we will cover in our next class this K-map. Just wait for a second. I'll take attendance.